Joshua Christensen. Guys, look, it's time to wake up and get unbroke. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 80-20-80 principle. Now, I've got some things written down here, so if I'm not making complete eye contact with you, it's because I'm looking at my notes and, some things that I've been scribbling down here. But I want you to think about this idea, okay? Think about this concept of hard work. Do you remember when we were growing up, they told us, you got to do your homework, then you can go outside and play? You work hard, right? My family came from farmers, and they got up at long before the crack of dawn, and they were working hard. Well, here's the deal, all right? You might have heard that if you want to get anywhere in this world, you've got to work hard. Well, then you might have come along and said, hey, wait a minute. Maybe I don't need to work hard, but I need to work smarter. Well, here's the thing. Those are true statements in multiple efforts, but if you really want to get unbroke, you're going to have to try some different things. So think about this, all right? So you might have heard about the ditch digger story, right? It's, hey, Dad, I want to be a ditch digger. And your dad says, well, son, then you go out there and you be the best darn ditch digger that there ever was. Give it everything you got. Work hard, son. You can hear it, right? Well, that's the whole hard work, man. That's the mantra of the hard work mentality, the hard work philosophy. All right, so I want to tell you about this guy around the turn of the 20th century. There was a guy in Italy. He was an economist, and he was looking at the output, why, and trying to understand why the majority of the produce that came from the farms in this agricultural area came from 20% of the farms. 80% of the production and the output came from only 20% of the farms. And he started studying this more and more and more, and he started to realize that this is true in almost every endeavor, that there's this 80-20 rule, that 80% of the production or the output comes from 20% of the effort or the inputs. Well, he passed away. His name was Pereto, and he passed away long gone. Then later on in the 60s, 70s, there was a computer company trying to get their computers to work a little bit faster, software, the hardware, all these things, trying to figure out why their production and the manufacturer was so off. And they came across this guy's study in agriculture on this 80-20 principle. They applied it to the computer manufacturing or the software that they were developing, and they realized that if they could focus all of their energy and focus their attention on 80% of the 20% that produced 80% of the output, that it would solve their problem. And sure enough, it did. Well, in reality, it's closer to a 90-10. However, today, this has been used in a lot of different businesses and a lot of different sales and all kinds of different things to try to boost production in lots of different areas. But I've been thinking about this a lot, and I want to go back to the ditch digger analogy, okay? And I'm gonna paint a picture for you. But today I want to introduce a new principle called the 80-20-80 principle, okay? Now, Dad, I want to be a ditch digger. And Dad says, son, you want to be a ditch digger? You go out and you hire the best darn ditch diggers there ever were, and son, you own the shovels. All right, now, have you ever heard this one? All right, so here's the deal. It goes, 80% of your focus goes to hiring the best darn ditch diggers that there were. You put 20% of your effort into providing the tools for the digging, and that's going to yield 80% of the results. That's your production results, right? So you got this little formula. It's 80F times 20E equals 80 PR. The F is for focus, E is for effort, and the PR, that's your production results, right? So 80F times 20E equals 80 PR. So here's what I want you to do. Repeat after me. From this day forward, I will work hard with an 80% focus on the 20% effort needed for 80% of my production results. Want me to repeat that? All right. From this day forward, I will work hard with an 80% focus on the 20% effort needed for 80% of my production results. Guys, it's time to take control of your life and to get unbroke.